Hi everyone, my name is Adenike and you're welcome to my channel. In this tutorial today, I would like to teach you how to cut and sew this beautiful, stylish puff ruffle that you can use to design your off-shoulder dress or top. Let's get into it. This is the Ankara fabric I'm using for the tutorial today. It's one of the African prints. Now, to know the amount of fabric needed for this project, I'm going to measure around my off-shoulder and multiply it by 3 or 4. So let me show you how to measure it on this mannequin now. Just measure from the center back all around the off shoulder. It's either on the top or on the dress. Just measure it like this. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to make use of this small fabric that I have, and I'm measuring only front because I'm going to place it on my front part alone on this mannequin. So what I have here on my front part is 14 inches, and I'm going to multiply it by 3. So 14 multiplied by 3 will give me 42 inches. So here is the fabric now. The length of this fabric here is 43 inches and the wideness is 13 inches on fold. You can make yours wider than that if you have enough fabric for it. Just make sure you get enough fabric for your own project. Now this is the right side of the fabric. I'll just fold it into 2 like this. And here is the wrong side of it. I'll move ahead to my machine and stitch from here to this place with ½ inch. When I finish doing that, I'll come and show you what's next. Now, I'm done stitching from here to this place with ½ inch. So I'm going to turn to the right side now. I'm going to turn it to the right side. So after turning to the right side, this is what I have. So I'm going to put it aside and determine how I want it to be placed on my off-shoulder dress or top on this mannequin now. You know, I measured 14 inches on the front part here, since I'm placing it on the front part of my mannequin. So half of this 14 inches is 7 inches, which is my center front now. So here is it. What I have here, I'm going to divide it by 2. Which is 7 inches divided by 2, 3.5. Here too, I'm going to divide it by 2, which is 3.5. So my ruffle, my puff ruffle is going to be on these dots now, on this line, here and here. I'm doing the same thing on the back part if I want it to extend to the back. Since I'm attaching it on the front part alone, I'm going to leave it like this. So I'll come back to it later. To form that ruffle, you know, on the front part is going to be on these lines. So I'm going to divide my ruffle, the fabric I have here, I'm going to divide it by 2. So what I have here is 43 inches, like I said. Half of 43 inches is 21.5, which is here. As you can see now. So I'm dividing this by 2 now. Hope you understand what I'm doing. Let me just fold my tape measure into 2 like this for me to divide it just like this. I'm doing the same thing here. Going to fold my tape measure to make it easier for me. So I'm extending these lines now. So after extending the lines, this is what I have. So I'm going to use my needle and thread to run a gather stitch manually follow the lines just like this. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just run a gather stitch. After running a gather stitch, I'm going to secure it. Let me secure it like this. So I'm going to do the same thing on on the remaining lines. So I'm going to do the same thing on these two edges too. Both edges, I'm going to do the same thing, running a gather stitch as well to make it neat. But before you run a gather stitch, make sure you hem the two edges. Now that I'm done with the gathers all through, I'm going to show you how to attach it on your off-shoulder dress or top on my mannequin. If you are attaching it on the fabric directly, make sure you use your machine to stitch it down. So this is how you are going to go about the placing of the ruffle on your neck line. Here is the center of my front now. So I'm going to find the center of my ruffle that I've already made and place it on my center front like this. If you are attaching it directly on your fabric, don't forget to stitch it with your machine, but I'm going to use pin to hold it down. So the center one will be for the center of my mannequin here. The second one here will be on this line, just like this. Let me first of all attach this one with my pin on the center front. You can use any fabric of your choice for this project. And note, if you are making use of soft fabric, make sure you add your interfacing to it to make it look elegant very well. So I'm done with the center one, as you can see. So here is the second one. I'm placing this ruffle part on the second line here. I'm going to tack it down with my pin. Make sure you get where you are attaching your ruffle before stitching it to the place. So that is the second one. I'm moving ahead to the third one here. You know, there is a point here too. There is a line here. So the one here, I'm going to place it on it and use my pin to tack it down. As you can see, it's giving us the shape already. Here, this one will fall here. To make it beautiful, just let me tack it down here too as well. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Here too. As you can see, here's it now. I'm done tacking it to my off shoulder. What I'll just do now is to spread my puff out to make it look exaggerated very well. As you can see. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll just spread it out like this to make it look puffy very well. Better still, let me stand my mannequin for you to see very well. You just have to spread it out like this to make it look puffy very well. Look how beautiful it is. If my tutorial has been helpful to you guys, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. If you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Please show some love by liking and following my page on Facebook at Akorede Adenike Sewing Tutorial. Till I see you in my next video guys, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye bye.